Poland is a beautiful country with rich traditions, history, and culture, but certain actions can be seen as disrespectful or appropriate. So, guys, here we're going to be diving into what not to do in Poland by Walter's World. All right, so guys, I'm excited to see how that goes. If you're new to the channel, I welcome you. If you're returning, welcome back. So, guys, without any further ado, let's dive right in.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Walter's World. Today we're in Warsaw, Poland for things you don't do when you are here in Poland. And I'm going to get off started, not even with number one. Before we even get started with number one, I'm going to start with number zero. The thing you need to know before you come here is don't tell or call the Polish Eastern Europeans. You will not make any friends saying that. If you look on a map, you'll see that Poland is actually in the center of Europe, a little bit north, but it's in the center of Europe. And they like to be called Central Europeans, not Eastern Europeans. So I want to get that one out of the way first because that's probably your quickest don't to really upset people. So remember, don't say Eastern Europe, okay? Now, when you're gonna meet the Polish people here, our second, or I guess our first don't for you is don't shake hands or say goodbye over the threshold, like in a doorway. People really don't like that. So either make it choose your side. Are you in the door or are you out of the door when you shake hands and say goodbye? Just one of those little things there. And if you do get to meet some Polish people and they invite you to your home, when you go there, if you see they're wearing slippers or they're not wearing shoes, you don't wear your shoes in the house either. It's kind of rude that way. So just three quick little ones to start off with, just to give you some ideas of hospitality here in Poland. So our next don't for you has to deal with the language. Look, don't underestimate how helpful a few words of Polish will be for you and your visit here, whether you're up in Gdansk, you're down in Krakow or Lublin or wherever, because we all know that no one watching this video probably speaks Polish unless you're Polish by ancestry. And the thing is the Poles know that, and so they learn. They see a lot of people speaking English or German or Russian and stuff like that to help out the tourists. But the thing is, if you know a few words in Polish, it really opens the door. Like people are really happy, even if it's just like dziękuję, which is like thank you, or prosim, which is please, or piwo, which is beer. I remember I was like, piwo prosim. They're like, oh hey, they were so happy with it, and it really goes a long way to open up to people because. You'll notice that people seem kind of dour and quiet and stern sometimes, and that's one way to open them up, okay? Now our next don't for you is don't worry about busting the bank when you come here to Poland. Poland is an extremely affordable country to visit. Hotels, eating, drinking, all kinds of stuff, making merry. It is really cheap here. Also going to the museums is really affordable as well. So it's a nice place to check out. That's why when you go to Krakow, they get 10 million tourists from, high-end tourists to low income, not low income, but people that are spending a lot of money on tourism because it's not an expensive place to be. So that's kind of a cool thing. Now my fifth don't for you kind of goes along with that cheap eating and drinking. Don't drink in public in Poland. Look, you can get arrested or fined for drinking in public. Now you see this nice square here. Yes, you can eat and drink at the restaurants and the bars like that, no problem. But if you're gonna like take some wine or a beer, the local beer, which are pretty good here, and go take that to a park and drink there with your friends, you can get in trouble with the cops. So make sure you do not drink in public. To go along with that, don't forget you need to have an ID with you all the time.
All the time.
If you don't want to carry your passport with you, what I do is I'll actually have my driver's license from home and a photocopy of my passport with my passport locked up back at the hotel. So you do have that because the cops could ask you for it if they really wanted to. They usually don't bother the tourists, so it's not that big of a deal, but just in case so you know. Now our next don't for you is don't try to pay with big bills. Now big bills are like 50 zlotys or 100 zlotys, like 100 or 50. If it's like under 20, because people ask you, oh, do you have anything smaller? They're always going to ask for a smaller bill. The thing is, when you go to the ATMs, it gives you 50s and 100s. But when you go get a beer or something like that, it's 7 or 8. I'm like, oh, do you have some smaller bills? Do you have some smaller bills? So when you go to museums, you go to like big stores and stuff like that, use the bigger bills there, the hundreds and stuff like that, to break them into 10s and 20s, so then you can go get your little snacks. Maybe you want your little Polish donut, or you want to go get a hot dog or something like that when you're here, or just grab a beer. You need that change, okay? So don't use the big bills here, right? Another don't I have for you is don't forget to tip when you are here. Usually you tip 10 to 15%. 10% is normal, 15% of it's good. But you can look on the menu, and some restaurants already put that 10% on there. I know the place I wait here on the square, remember, you're not going to bust the bank, so didn't feel ripped off because it was so cheap. The 10% was already included. She was very nice and helpful. I gave her a little bit extra on there. No big deal, okay? And going along with that, when you pay your bill, they'll always ask you to pay with credit card or cash. And if you're going to pay with cash, if you put the money in the little thing and give it to them, don't say thank you, unless you want them to keep all the money, okay? So let's say, you got 110 bill and you give them 150, you say thank you or dziękuję, they'll think, oh, a 40 tip for me, and they'll just walk away with it. You need to tell them, here's this, then they'll bring your change back, and then you leave your tip like that. So you have those things there. What I try to do is just have the tip already there. Now you might tell them, look, I want to pay one.
Oh, this is so, yeah, this is cool. So understanding, very much, I must say. But I thought he'd be going down into like more depth, because most of the things is like things that happens, I would say, everywhere. But let me just add something to what he's saying right now. Um, there is you need to avoid um controversial topics as well. You know, um, like for instance, like the Polish history, especially related to World War II and communism. This is a sensitive subject, guys. So we have to be respectful when discussing, you know, and avoid making jokes or dismissive remarks about these as well. You understand? So I thought he'd be going into more depth, and there is Nazi related gestures as well, doing Nazi salutes or wearing Nazi symbols. You know, it's it's not only an offense, guys, but it's also illegal in Poland. You know, now there are times, man. I honestly, guys, I do that for true. For instance, you see, like right there, watch his hand right there. Like it looks like it is going, sideways, or it's going this way. Now, sometimes someone just shout me from a distance, I would just, and this is like a Nazi symbol, man. But sorry I did that, eh? Sorry I did that. This is also a Nazi symbol. So all these you need to look for when you're in Poland. All right, so I'm gonna bring this back and let's continue watching.
Unless you want them to keep all the money, okay? So let's say, you got 110 bill and you give them 150, you say thank you or dziękuję, they'll think, oh, 40 tip for me, and they'll just walk away with it. You need to tell them, here's this, then they'll bring your change back, and then you leave your tip like that. So you have those things there. What I try to do is just have the tip already there. Now you might tell them, look, I want to pay 140, and so they'll just have the tip from there and give you your 10 back if you have 100 and a 50. No big deal there. My 10th don't for you is don't be late. The Poles are actually pretty much an on-time kind of people,
Always
like
on
their
time.
German neighbors. If you're going to be late to somebody's house you're going to visit, make sure you call or text them or WhatsApp them before so they know you're running behind, because it's kind of rude to be late when you are here. I mean, we were at the museum. I was at the museum this morning, and it was supposed to open up at 10. The guy unlocked it like at 10:01, and people were like, "Come on, it says 10 o'clock. Let's go." So you do have that there. So make sure you are on time. And my last don't for you is don't fall for the nature tourism propaganda in Poland. Look, you'll see lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of tourism videos about the nature of Poland, and there are some beautiful natures here. The Tatras Mountains in the south by Zakopane, when you go, skiing in the in the winter. You can go to the Missourian lakes in the north. It's just beautiful. There's a castle there. There's all kinds of great nature here. But look, if it's your first time to Poland, focus on the cool cities that are here. Krakow is amazing with the town square and the cloth hall and the churches and the Wawel Hill, and you can go out to see Auschwitz and Birkenau, the concentration camps. It's a very moving experience. You can go up to Gdansk in the very north and see that city. It's beautiful. Lublin. Come here and check out Warsaw, and you can get around pretty easy. Don't worry about getting around. I guess would be another one. Don't worry about getting around in Poland. There's lots of buses and trains that go all over the place. It is a big country, so it does take time, but don't be too worried about it. Anyway, those are some of the don'ts we have about Poland. I actually have another don't video just for Krakow, the don'ts of Krakow, which I hope you'll check out. If you do like videos like this, we put out 2 travel videos every week, every Wednesday and Saturday. So please do click that subscribe button. We really do appreciate it. And you can always find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, obviously YouTube. And we really appreciate those likes and subscriptions. Oh, and comments. So I'll say bye from Warsaw.
All right, so I'm gonna bring. All right,
This we put out.
all right, so I'm gonna keep this right here. Thank you very much, Walt World. A little something else I needed to mention again, guys. You don't things that you don't do is mispronouncing Polish names. I guys, I try practicing my names before I even say them. Because I started learning with the vowels, and then now Polish names can be tricky. You know that by making now by making an effort to pronounce them correctly, it just shows respect. Laughing or dismissing someone's name, guys, that could turn out to be rude, and you know that. Yes. And tipping, or I would say tipping, like you mentioned, tipping. Tipping is customary, I would say. I think it's probably everywhere, but in Polish restaurants, guys, tipping around 10 to 50% is appreciated. Leaving small coins, nah. And anywhere you go and you you leave coins, it's disrespectful. Yes, because I made the mistake once and I left coins, guys, on a desk, on a table, sorry, in New Orleans. And the waitress got so mad, pissed off, man. And this is where I learned that leaving coins, is disrespectful. So, and there are so much more, but I am going to, cut this right here. I left them for Walter, But guys, stick around. You'll definitely be getting some more. This is where I come to the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends and your families, and leave your suggestions, guys. And don't forget, if you're new to the channel, welcome you. If you're returning, welcome back. All right, so have yourselves a wonderful day. Stay safe out there, guys, and don't forget to share the love. Love y'all. Peace out.